To this Australian Women's Ice Hockey League game between the Sydney Sirens and Perth Inferno here at Hunter Ice Skating Stadium on AWIHL land. My name is Sarah Dora-Mudra, and joining me in the commentary booth is Eric Rook. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Sarah. Nice to see you here at the start of the game. You were on the ice yesterday for the ceremonial puck drop. What a game last night. The Perth Inferno 3-1 over the Sirens. A very quick turnaround today, and we are ready for some high-octane women's hockey action.
We indeed are, and if you are watching from Perth, a very extra early good morning to you too. They would have been pleased with the result last night. The Sirens, well, actually both teams, it's very short turnaround time between games, not the ideal preparation they need, but I think Sirens have the advantage because they did not have the long travel ahead of it. There
were certainly lots of stars from both teams. You had a chat with both coaches before the start of the game this morning.
So I was talking to Coach Carr from Perth Inferno, and he's happy with the result that they had yesterday. Given all the circumstances, the few players missing, and then injury sustained to Michelle Clark-Crompton yesterday, scores a goal, hurts herself. So unfortunately she won't be playing today, so they'll take a little bit of a hit with that. We do, Sarah Salmons for the Perth Inferno had a fantastic game, so we expect good things from her again today. She's on screen, as you can see, so she is leading in the points tally. She managed to get an assist yesterday to take her to 25 points in 11 games played this season. What a star player for the Inferno.
She's having a fantastic season, and this is a great season for her. You mentioned her consistency last night, her speed, how she can make something out of nothing, and she's a very important reason why the Inferno are where they are on the ladder, and that's in position 1. Let's have a look at the Sirens at the other end, and we're going really to the other end of the ice. We went from one of the fastest players in the A-Dub, and we're going to be featuring Kelsey Lang, and she plays on the D-line. A very, very important player. A lot of players, as you know, they love to score goals, that sort of thing. Kelsey's a rare breed. She actually wants to play D, and she's had a great season as a defender.
Yeah, she's been fantastic. This is her second season in the A-Dub. She comes to us from Canada. She played at the University of Calgary, so she does bring a wealth of experience. I'm a very, very key part of the Sirens squad, especially because the roster is a little bit depleted for this weekend. So a key role in defense to help out her goaltenders and get things going. So she does have 1 goal to her name and 10 assists. So she definitely is the playmaker. So averaging 1 point a game this season so far. So again, expecting her to step up and make good things happen in defense.
Let's have a look at some of the keys to the game. We mentioned it early. Good morning.
A very good morning. It is early. Some of these girls have had not 8 hours sleep. Some of them are going on 6 hours sleep. I think there's a lot of coffee that's going around. Not ideal, but let's get through the 60 minutes and then they can have their nap.
So pre-game naps are good, post-game naps are even better. Let's go to point number 2 now. Short benches, we saw that yesterday, especially with the Inferno. You mentioned Michelle Clark-Crompton out of the lineup as a forward, but their D, 2 lines of D, very, very short. At one stage, both defenders off one line were in the penalty box, so there were only 2 D available. Somebody like Molly Lukoviak can handle both positions. The Sirens haven't got the longest bench either. Sarah Edney out this weekend, a great loss. And let's go quickly to point number 3 before the anthem. Finals, the countdown is on. We're in the second half of the season. The Christmas New Year break is in the rearview mirror. in the front windscreen of finals, confirmed in Melbourne, end of February. Sirens are in 4th position at the moment. They're in a good spot. The Inferno are on top, and there were some interesting results that we'll talk about later from yesterday and games coming up. But they're our keys for the game for today. Warm-up is over. It'll be very quick today. It'll be, let's have a huddle, no ceremonial puck drop, no anthem, and we'll just play hockey.
Indeed, and I think that's what we're looking for this Sunday. We just want to get the job done. Everyone's just eager to go back to their homes. Our officials for today in the red stripes, again, we have Sarah Kinnoant. She did fantastic yesterday, as always. Lines persons, we have Nick Eyre again, and we have Jamison Harris, who is familiar to this. He has done this before, so we have those three that are calling, well, not calling, we're calling the game. They're calling the stuff on the ice. We're calling the stuff from up here.
So the final huddles, the final couple of moments. A 3-1 result to the Perth Inferno. The Inferno lead the series 3-0. They had a couple of games before Christmas over in Perth.
They did, and they were tight scores then too. There wasn't a whole lot between them, so I'm sure they're eager to get things going. I know their aim is to get on the board early, and I know the Sirens are looking to do the same. If they can just set the tone, so whoever gets that first goal, that's just going to lift that team, and the other one's going to have to keep flying to chase.
Absolutely. Shelby Thompson for the Sydney Sirens. She'll be leading from the front. She did score a goal yesterday. It was off a turnover, so not necessarily the way that she would want to score, but she was in the right place at the right time, had some help from a teammate, and that was the Sirens' only goal. We are moments away. Salmons against Macquarie. Australian Women's Ice Hockey League action from Hunter Ice Skating Stadium in Newcastle, and we are away. Sirens via Steph Newmark. Catherine Bailey did an amazing amount of work for the Inferno as their captain and as their D last night. And here's Ava Caruso entering the zone. Caruso against Bailey, 23 on 23. In skate higher corner. An early work for Sasha King, to the surprise of no one, is in net. We'll have a look at the Sirens netminder in a moment. Off Lang. Lang now. Lang in the slot. Lots of traffic there. Still gets a good shot on, and a quality save there by Sasha King.
Indeed, it's great that the Sirens just took control straight away. The forward line of Kath McConey and Steph Newmark, it works great, and they've added Ava Caruso to that, who's been in that line for a little bit. What great mentors to have and to learn from.
Attacking his own face-off for the Sirens. So Brunt Thompson and Lucy York getting a promotion in the absence of Sarah Edney. Clearing it out, Georgia McClellan now. The only McClellan sister in the building. Marina Noddle now. Centre ice. Has some support there. It was good work there by Aspen Cooper. And then it'll come back now. Sirens in Zamboni corner. Noddle again. It'll come back now for Malcolm. Malcolm centering, looking for Noddle, who can be a pest in front of the net, and that's one of her many jobs. Cooper promoting the puck. Finds Malcolm now. Malcolm, early stages of the first period. Centering pass, missed everybody, and there's a penalty coming in favour of the Sirens. Thompson now, extra attacker coming on for the Sirens, but King almost touched up. And now the penalty will be enforced.
So we'll see on the replay, but that one, it was unintentional. You could see Chloe Mayer just a little bit of it's okay, no problem with Marina Noddle. A little bit of a trip that happened in front of the slot.
Interference, the call.
Oh, interference, the call. But yeah, as soon as they were both up on their feet, just a little smile. It's like, no, don't worry about it. It's okay, but see you later.
Tell you a story of walking, pal. Attacking zone face-off and power play for the Sirens. The Inferno scored on their first power play yesterday. The Sirens didn't get a power play till later on in the game. Back now for Kelsey Lang. Left-hand side, Thompson. Back now for Lang, top of the umbrella. Thinks about a shot, has some support in Newmark. Newmark centering for Thompson, and a good save there by Sasha King. Let's have a look at the power play stats for the Sirens. 24, almost 25%, second in the league. And the Perth penalty kill, they're also second in the league, 86%.
And the pass that just went across the slot that came to Guttormson, because she was she had to adjust to get onto her forehand, couldn't get a solid shot on.
Out of the zone, so that will come down towards the Sirens. So let's talk about the Sirens goaltender at this end.
We do have Naoka Wellard as expected. She is starting the game today for the Sirens.
So Newmark now entering the zone. Sirens on the power play for the next minute 25, but the offside police, Mr. Nick Eyre, says that was offside, so we'll go outside for a neutral zone face-off.
And yes, back to the goaltender. So Sasha King for Perth has played all games so far for Perth this season, which is not uncommon for what they do. Sirens do tend to split weekends.
So Madeline Reid backing up again this day for the Inferno. Minute 15 of the power play for the Sirens, at the wrong end, and that could have been 5-on-3 situation. The arm stays down. Back now for Guttormson. Just looking to settle things down now. She goes straight towards the middle. She's got options left and right. Goes towards the right and misses everybody. And that will come back, Sarah, for icing on the power play.
The intention was there. You could see the play that they were trying to set up. And Guttormson, who is not normally in defense, she was starting that play, looking to pass it up to, I think it was to Kath McConey, but couldn't quite connect to it. So that is icing. Let's reset. Let's start that play again. Grace
Garber now attacking his own face-off. Had a nice chat with her pre-game. Back now for Steph Newmark battling against Biz Nasty, Scala rather. And that will come back now all the way back down for Cooper. Cooper, one of 4 defenders playing in this game for the Inferno. Back now for the other one, Georgia McClellan. Entering the zone now, Brunt trying to get a shot away, but Cooper was there. 30 seconds of the Sirens power play remaining. That will come back now for Kelsey Lang. It's got Newmark on the blue line. Kelsey Lang, top of the umbrella now. Brunt coming off for a line change. That went high and flicked out of the glove of King. No, Sirens were in the immediate vicinity to take immediate advantage. 12 seconds of the power play remaining. Guttormson now, top of the umbrella. Shoots. Got a stick on Salmons on the way through. Power play just about over. Then comes off now. Guttormson firing from distance. The puck's free briefly. The puck's still free. Puck's still free. Referee loses sight and King reels it in. That was dangerous to end the power play, Sarah.
It was dangerous, and I think Sasha perhaps not as awake, understandably, as she was yesterday. So fumbled on the shot that first from Guttormson. It went to her glove and fumbled on it, as we see there.
That was the glove save that went high, and here's live action as the Inferno back to 5-on-5 hockey. Scala up against Poppy Noon, up in front of the net. Back now for Salmons in the slot, congested. There was Harper in some traffic, out of the zone in a neutral ice. Sam Winder up against Zoe Webb. Cockrell couldn't control the puck. And that will come back now for Grace Garbett. Almost out of play. Back now, Sirens trying to clear it out. Bailey coming back towards Cafe Corner. Leaves it for Webb. Zoe Webb had a higher work rate yesterday. It'll come back now for Cleo Mayer. Mayer D to D pass. Bit hot for the stick of Arps. Arps. And on the chase, Guttormson up against Bailey. This will be a good battle. Inferno looking to clear it out. Here's Salmons, guarded there by Brunt. Clearing it out now for Captain Bailey for the Inferno. 0-0 with 15 minutes remaining in the first period. Puck on the half wall. Inferno, that pass was a bit too hot for Monga Lukoviak, who comes off for a change, and that will come back for icing.
I think we're finding that the Sirens seem to be dominating, and it's great to see that happen. We're only 5 minutes into the game, but they've already had 4 shots on Sasha King, whereas Perth have only had the 1 shot so far onto Naoka Wellard. Different start to what we saw yesterday.
Certainly helps when you get an early power play.
Indeed it does.
Attacking zone face-off for the Sirens. Brunt takes it. Back now. Clearing it out now. Novasis got herself a goal yesterday. Her first goal of the season. Back now for Bailey. Bailey, 2-on-1. Got a shot on Wellard. Big rebound, but no Inferno in the immediate vicinity. Mayer clearing it out. Puck goes aerial. Glove down. And that will come back now for Charlotte Rowe. It's got Guttormson for company. There's Guttormson up against Noddle. Noddle does well to cause the turnover. Rowe has to come back. Guttormson manages to grab the puck in neutral ice. Perth Inferno in the middle of a line change. They couldn't get a line change a little bit earlier because of the icing. And that'll come back to centre ice. Rowe again. Rowe, right-hand side. Malcolm, Cooper, Noddle. Across ice. Kath McConey receiving the puck. Just happy to fire it in. King turns it aside, leaves it for Cooper. Back now for Malcolm. Here's Guttormson in traffic. Another penalty coming in favour of the Sirens. So they'll go on their second power play. Caruso. The message is not getting through for the extra attacker. Now she's coming well hard. Centering pass. Newmark in front. McConey on the left post. Delayed penalty for the Sirens still in play. Out of the zone. They'll have to turn and chase and just set things up. Extra attacker on for the delayed penalty. Off the shins there of Lang. Winder comes back up against Malcolm. Sirens, Newmark. Right near the penalty box where an Inferno player will be heading shortly. Up centering the zone. Newmark under pressure. Out of the zone again. It'll come back now for Lang. Lang using all of her Canadian hockey experience. Coming back 91 on 91. Nice pass for Winder, was under some pressure by Cooper. Inferno touch up and the penalty box door of the Inferno, Sarah, will be empty, will be opening again.
It will indeed. That was probably one of the longest delayed penalties that I've seen. It just seemed to go forever. The Sirens had the puck and then it was out of the zone, back in the zone, out of the zone, back in the zone. I mean, Perth did well for the Sirens in that situation to not be able to get a shot off, but we are on our second power play of the game for the Sirens.
Malcolm sitting 2 minutes for hooking. Cross ice pass for Kelsey Lang. Lang thinks about firing. Under some pressure there was Brunt, right-hand circle, guarded there by Zoe Webb. Centering pass in some traffic. Inferno should be able to clear it out via Salmons, and they do. 20 seconds of the power play. Salmons entering the zone for the Inferno. Brunt takes over, clears it out for the Sirens. Guttormson takes over. Pass not quite on target there for McConey. It'll come back now for Webb of the Zoe variety. Sister Abby missing today and this weekend. That'll come all the way back down. No icing on the penalty kill. It'll come back now for Lang. Minute 15 of the power play remaining for the Sirens. Nice pass straight up the middle for Sam Winder. McConey, Guttormson entering the zone against Noddle. Guttormson looks up, has some options in the slot. McConey's one, Winder's another one. Firing from distance is Lang. And Sasha King, quality as always.
As always, I mean, we were talking yesterday about the long shots on Sasha aren't necessarily going to find their way to the back of the net, but her rebound control has been outstanding. You can shoot onto her pads, and it just kind of it stays there in front, and she's got good eyes that she manages to cover it straight away.
61 seconds of power play remaining for the Sirens. Georgia McClellan, though, trying to clear the puck up against the boards. Aspen Cooper came from the Adelaide Rush this season. No icing on the penalty kill. Sirens 45 seconds of power play. Gabby Arps comes back, guarded there by Lakoviak. Arps has got options mainly on the right-hand side. Finds Lucy York. York entering the zone now. 35 seconds of power play time. Dropping it off for Arps. Arps give and go with York. Back for Sam Payne, top of the umbrella. Good pressure there by Lakoviak. Right-hand side, 25 seconds of power play remaining. Oh, Ava Caruso, her eyes must have just lit up. She was a little bit wide in the end, but in a good spot. Out of the zone. Just kept in the zone by Gabby Arps. Caruso. McClellan. Caruso again. 5 seconds of power play remaining. Still nil. We've just under 11 minutes remaining in the first period. Georgia McClellan, penalty box door is open. Saved there by Wellard. Safety first. Malcolm back on the ice after her time in the penalty box. Back to 5-on-5. 0-0 Sirens and Inferno.
So I think at this level of the game, the goaltenders, the experience shows and their game read shows. So we know that if there's a delayed penalty, Sasha will immediately come to the bench. She's aware of what's going on, what the referee signals are. It's something Naoka needs to work on.
How much of that is coach and how much of that is goalie initiative?
I think it needs to be a partnership. It needs to be talked about what you would do in situations, because Newcastle didn't initially come to the bench on the delayed penalty, but also with around 5 seconds to go on the power play, you should be indicating to your team that someone's coming out of the box, and that could have been very dangerous before.
Back now for Scala. Scala scores, left-hand circle. Sometimes penalties create goals. Perth Inferno have been on the penalty kill twice this morning, and Liz Scala opens her account for this morning. 1-0 Inferno.
And this is where I think the experience shows, because the girls, they were on the power play, and then when it was back to even strength, they were still on the ice, a little bit of tired legs in the D zone. You cannot leave Biz Scala just out open. She is going to find a way to the back of the net, which is why she is always putting points up every season.
Lukoviak now. Here's a good option. Here's Steph Newmark. Newmark driving in the net. Can't get a shot on. She's well and truly pressured there by Cooper. Battle continues behind the net. Cockerell getting involved now. Cockerell again. Puck's free at the feet of Georgia McClellan. And that'll come all the way back and out of play.
There was a little bit of crowding in front of Sasha King before. The girls were just trying their hardest just to bury it. You can see Cockerell was there just in front of the net, but there was no one on the back door where that puck eventually, there it is, slid across. If you had a Sirens player there, that could have easily been a goal.
There's only so much
Only
of the
so
net.
much.
Back now, and back for King, and we'll do that one again.
I mean, you can see the coaches are trying to roll through some of the lines, some of the reserves that don't necessarily, I mean, they've stepped up today, but don't necessarily get a whole lot of ice time. But you did have Kath McConey and Steph Newmark, who work fantastic together. Usually they have Caruso with them, but it was Cockerell on that line.
Back now, Sirens keep it in the zone via Arps. Cafe corner, back now for Cooper. Cooper against Brunt. Brunt, some good work there. Thompson back now for Brunt. Brunt clearing it out for Arps. Arps with the one-timer, fires deflected wide. And Sirens, Thompson up against Lukoviak. Kept in the zone via Poppy Noon. Good shot on too. Thompson there for the rebound. And that will come back now. Here's Salmons. Salmons 2-on-1. It was good work there by Gabby Arps. Battle in the corner. Arps getting the better of that one from assistance with York. Thompson now up against Garbett. Import on import. Arps and Garbett. Not all coming in. Arps. Brunt. Brunt with a little bit of time and space, but not much. Working it down the right-hand side. All the way down. That's missed, and that's no icing. I won't make it that far. Garbett coming back now. Garbett against Thompson. Back now for Bailey. Right-hand side. Trying to clear it out of the Inferno defensive zone. They make it to neutral ice. Kelsey Lang gets around one. Entering the zone now. Dropping it off there for Steph Newmark in front. Bit of pushy shovey there. Kelsey Lang was in a great spot, but Catherine Bailey and Sasha King for the Inferno say no.
Indeed, and it's usually the reverse. It's usually Steph Newmark's at front, and Kelsey Lang is taking that shot from the point. They kind of switch roles then, but they were right there. Kelsey Lang was right in front there to scoop up a rebound. That didn't happen.
Inferno now looking to clear it out on their right-hand side. Ava Caruso had a good look a few minutes ago. Sirens on the attack now via Newmark. Cross-ice pass was too wide for Payne. Recovers off the boards. Payne against Scala. Now against Salmons. Inferno working it out. Salmons have got a bit of time and space and finds Scala. Scala entering the zone now. Gets through one. There's a penalty coming as a result of that collision with Kelsey Lang. Interference to call. Penalty box door will be opening. Lang can't believe it. Inferno to the power play.
She is trying to plead her case. I'm sure there's smiles happening. A little bit of frustration too. I mean, she prevented Biz Scala from having released a quality shot on net, but it does mean that the Sirens are now on the PK. We just said, watch the replay there. It was great of her to get contact with the puck, but along the way it does count as interference as well.
Inferno 21%, fourth in the league on the power play. The Sirens 76% on the penalty kill, fifth in the league. And Inferno start their first power play of the day. Salmons on the half-board near the Sirens bench. Has Garbett in front and Scala in the slot. Brunt there near the door of doom. Kept in, and that'll be a hand pass in the attacking zone from Bailey to Scala.
You'd see that Ebony Brunt was just trying to dish it out, as you mentioned, the door of doom. The face-off will be taken outside of the zone, which is better for the Sirens, so they can maybe generate something and just get rid of the puck.
98 seconds of power play for the Inferno. Scala back now for McClellan of the Georgia variety. Garbett back now for Georgia McClellan. Battle near the boards. Garbett taking over, centering pass. It got the stick of Brunt on the way through. Sirens just need to clear it out, and they do. Minute 15 of power play. Georgia McClellan back with it now. It's got Salmons there. Salmons, partial line change for the Inferno. Salmons squeezing through a gap. Still manages to try and get a shot on, even though she was falling. And that will come back now for the Thompson. Bailey. 55 seconds of the power play remaining for the Inferno. Bailey in some traffic. Backhanded shovel. Wellard waiting for it on her right-hand post. And cleared out of danger for the moment for the Sirens. Well kept in the zone there by Marina Noddle. Battle up against the boards. Zamboni corner. Cooper. Webb. Just got the stick there to Thompson on the way through. Malcolm. Inferno on the attack and on the power play for the next 25 seconds. Out of the zone. Just by Malcolm.
The Sirens have done fantastic in this penalty kill. They haven't allowed Inferno to set up anything, really. Even Sarah Salmons just skating straight through, as we said, just manages to get a shot off as she's falling, but they haven't actually been able to set up any structured play in there. Sirens have done very well to prevent them from doing that. This weekend, there's been lots of net guards just falling all over the place. And I don't know whether it's the ice, I don't know if it's the net guards, but I think from both teams, they've just been falling everywhere.
Falling everywhere.
Replace your Velcro.
You know, one day it's 40 degrees and now it's not even 20, is it?
It's a mega difference in the weather today.
22 at the moment. Back now for Lukoviak. For Webb. 9 seconds of the Inferno power play remaining. Back now for Aspen Cooper. Tries to find Noddle but finds Malcolm, and they've gone offside. And that will basically end the penalty. 3 seconds of power play remaining before Kelsey Lang can come back. Sirens off this face-off would be good to move it towards the right-hand side towards Lang.
They would if they see her, and Perth's going to be aware of this, and Sasha King would be aware of this as well. She's got her eyes forward, but she can see what's happening. Ideally, you would want the puck to Lang as she skates out.
Back now, Newmark finds the player just out of the penalty box, as we suggested, Lang. McConey, Lang fires. The puck's free. Flung from distance from Payne, was wide. Newmark on the doorstep. Very, very close call indeed. Sasha King down there. Zoe Webb to lend a hand, and that was dangerous for the Sirens.
What fantastic coordination, though, and just being at the right place at the right time. Steph Newmark, if she was left-handed, she would have been able to release that shot straight away, but she went from backhand to forehand to try and just flick it, couldn't quite get over her King's pads.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the Sirens to the right or blocker side of Sasha King. Inferno working it out via Salmons. Salmons now clearing it out, gets past Rose. Salmons on the attack right-hand side, firing. And Scala was there and thereabouts, waiting for a rebound, waiting for a pass, waiting for an opportunity. Kept in the zone by McClellan. And Salmons is dangerous. Wellard needs some help from a D.
She absolutely does, and somebody like Salmons is such a deceptive player as well, but she's right there. The Ds definitely need to be stepping up a bit.
Back to centre ice we go. Georgia McClellan firing from distance. Shown disdain there from Wellard. Clears it out, trying to find Cockrell by the boards. Cooper has to turn and chase. No icing. That will come back for Cooper. Cooper's first obstacle is Cockrell. Cooper finds some support. Lukoviak entering the zone. Ebony Brunt was there. Cooper In front, Mayer and Garbutt come together. That's an interesting battle in front of the net. Firing from distance, rebound there. And Garbutt was well tied up there by Mayer, so she couldn't react to the rebound. Cockrell up against the boards in Zamboni corner. Zamboni out in 420. The puck needs to continue to move. The puck is moving. Back now for Bailey. Bailey fires, but just wide. No action required there, but she was ready for it. Zoe Webb, Garbutt, Rowe, cross ice. Lokoviak was in good position but couldn't connect. Bailey fires from distance, but it got a Sirens player on the way through. Charlotte Rowe, and that stung. Back now for Zoe Webb. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the first period. Inferno 1-0. Sirens have an opportunity to clear it out. They do. They go straight down the middle, finding Zoe Webb. Partial line change for the Sirens. Mayer. Come back now for Bailey. Cross ice pass from Webb to Malcolm to Bailey to Salmons. Salmons under pressure from Arps and Brunt and York. It'll come back now for Noddle with the backhanded shovel. Wellard safety first with 3:18 remaining in the first.
Good decision making from Wellard there as well. She's been making some fantastic saves, and just because of the style of her pads, you can really hear those hard shots. Moving up and down quite a bit, whereas maybe it would help to just move less. Just keep eyes on the puck would help, maybe just minimizing the movements.
Wellard, Newmark Rava clearing it out. Georgia McClellan. Shout out to Sister Lily in Broome.
Dr. Lily.
As we found out yesterday. Back now for Marina Noddle, flung in by Gabby Arps. Back now for Malcolm. McConey fires, and a big rebound. That's probably the biggest rebound I've seen from King today. Sirens couldn't take advantage. Back now for Salmons and Newmark, right near the Sirens bench. Salmons just happy to whack it in and come off for a change. Cooper. Zamboni corner. Garbutt. Harper. Harper fires. She was there and thereabouts, Malcolm, but Sirens were in good position. McConey, that pass was wide. Georgia McClellan with it now. Has got a lot of time and space. It's got options. The bench say go all the way, and she's done that. McClellan fires, but at the last second there, Sam Payne was there. Now Sirens can clear it out their right-hand side. Newmark up against Garbutt. Scala, and not the intended target. Got a stick on the way through. Back to Wellard, who holds, and had to be ready for that one.
She did indeed. It almost looked like they were going to be loose Inferno players. Everyone's kind of going for their line change just to get their line sorted out. Sirens did get a nice shot on net there by Kath McConey. The rebound popped out just out of reach for Caruso.
Salmons now with the face-off. It'll come back now for Brunt. Lang against Harper. Lang clears it out. Kept in the zone by Webb initially, but she was under pressure. Here's Thompson off to the races now, trying to centre, trying to get through. Couldn't get through Bailey, couldn't get a shot on. It was great work there by Bailey. It was a good battle all round. And that will come back towards the penalty boxes. Payne. Back now for Webb. Webb, cross ice pass. I think Harper was trying to come off for a change, and then all of a sudden the puck's coming in her direction. Back now for Payne. Payne finds Thompson, but the stick of Scala was there, causing that one to break down. Webb, Salmons, up against the boards. Here's Lucy York now, entering the zone for the Sirens, up against Webb. Webb shows to the boards. Salmons, Webb. Sirens trying to centre. Thompson. Thompson again. She was pumped pre-game. Thompson comes down. Arms stay down. Play continues. Under a minute remaining now in the first period. Firing from distance from Brunt. That went the aerial route. And those ones, Sarah, tell us about those ones that flutter through the air like that.
If you don't connect with it right, that could be an embarrassing goal. Do I speak from experience? Yes. Yes, I do. But Sasha is a little bit more awake now. She saw it just straight into the webbing and then looks up to see what's my decision.
But how hard can they be to judge?
Well, they can, because sometimes you might lose sight of the puck.
Rowe was wide. Cooper now, 35 seconds remaining in the period. Inferno will be happy to get it out of the defensive zone. Here's Garbutt now. Garbutt against Rowe. Garbutt steams in. Garbutt fires. Garbutt scores. Wowee, the express train.
She was just there, just taking it wide, and Rowe just could not quite match her speed. There's been a little bit of swinging sticks going on from the Sirens trying to connect with the pucks. But that's a good goal from Garbutt. Just, I think Naoka may not have quite been on the correct angle for that. Maybe she was expecting something else. But there we see Garbutt just breezing on in, gets a nice shot on net, sees the Perth up 2-0 now with 26 seconds remaining in this first period.
So Garbutt's 4th goal of the season. And interesting, Sarah, the Sirens conceded a goal with 45 seconds remaining in a period yesterday. Now they've conceded that one with about 20 seconds remaining, and 1-0's a bit different to 2-0.
Indeed it is. I mean, it's only the first period, so there's still 40 minutes of action where it could change around again. We might be, well, we're getting to the end of the period.
Back now, Georgia McClellan. We've got a player down.
I think it might be Salmons.
So we'll just get medical attention over there. So that period, I'll just finish off this point about scoring so close to the intermission. You're going into the break 1-0. You're feeling not bad about yourself, and then suddenly it's 2-0. That would be psychologically going into your head, thinking about what the coach is going to say. How's that going to affect our momentum moving forward?
This is where the leadership group, I mean, aside from the coaches, the leadership group definitely step up. We still have some players that are on the ice leadership group just talking about the incident, what's happening, and all these other things that could be going on. So a little bit of a disruption that's going on, but they just need to take this next 10 minutes or so, take a breath, rethink what's happening, just what your decision's going to be. Salmons is back up on her feet, thankfully. We will see if she'll be back for the remainder of the game, or if she just needs to take a little bit of a break and come back. Maybe there's a penalty on it, maybe there's not. We'll see what decisions are made. But yeah, when these players just get into the change room, the leadership group will be stepping up to tell them, okay, what are we going to do for this next second period for the Perth? They want to maintain that lead. For the Sirens, they want to just generate something, get at least one goal to change the momentum of the game.
Not that there's a good time for an injury to happen, but Salmons can be assessed now, not losing any game time. She's got a high work rate anyway, so she's fatigued anyway at the end of the period. She'll get checked out in the remaining time. We'll have a break. We'll see you in about 10 minutes for the resumption of play after the first period. Sunday morning hockey, Hunter Ice Skating Stadium in Newcastle. It's the Perth Inferno 2, Sydney Sirens 0. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the resumption of play. See you then. Welcome back to Hannah Ice Skating Stadium. Period 2 coming up in the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League between the Perth Inferno, who are leading 2-0 over the Sydney Sirens. Let's have a look at our head-to-head stats for that first period. Sarah, talk us through it.
The Inferno scoring 2 goals coming off Scala, her 8th for the season, assisted by Webb, and the second one by Garbett, her 4th for the season and unassisted. They're just pouncing on it. I mean, the shot count favors the Sirens, 14 shots to 10 for the Inferno, but they've managed to put 2 in the back of Wellard's net. Sirens defense just needs to step up a little bit. There's a little bit of experience there that we can see. I mean, not having Edney certainly, I mean, she plays forward, but she certainly helps out in defense. I think they would have had a break to just have a little bit of a rethink what they can do. Penalties, Inferno have had 2, the Sirens have had 1. The girls are coming back out on the ice. I think they're just going to...
So let's have a look at the standings as the players prepare to come back. A big day of hockey in front of us. Perth Inferno in action at the moment in first position on 28. The Melbourne Ice, who went down to the Brisbane Lightning yesterday, and Brisbane earning themselves a shutout. Melbourne Ice are on 24. They're in second position. The Lightning are on 20. They play the Ice this afternoon. The Sirens on screen now. They're in fourth position on 16. The Adelaide Rush, after this game, they're in fifth position on 10 points. They play the Ducks. They had a win against the Ducks yesterday, and the Ducks in sixth position with 1 point for their season. So it's a big day of hockey. It's us here. Then we're off to Adelaide. Well, not us personally. And then we are off to Brisbane after that. So big action day of hockey. And we're back into action with Thompson now. Looking to add to her tally from yesterday. Firing. Got a stick of Webb on the way through. Back now for Thompson. Drops it off now for Payne. Payne fires. Trying to find Brunt in the slot. It'll come back for Thompson. Battling up against Harper. Centering pass. Ended up going to nobody, and Sam Payne has to go all the way back to the Sam Payne signs in that corner. The Payne train, choo-choo, 22. And that will come back now. Sirens working it out of their defensive end via Kelsey Lang. Thompson now with a bit of time and space. Nice pass there for Lucy York. Skipped on her in the last couple of seconds. Comes back. Thompson again. Tries to fire, but there was some traffic there from Bailey. Scala clears it. Scala will receive the puck now, but York's there. York against Webb in Zamboni corner. Has got Brunt in front of the net. Caruso left-hand circle. Mayer and Payne on D. Flinging it in wide. No action required by King. She had a bit of a rest in the period. Zoe Webb back now for Bailey. Bailey clears it out. Sirens line change. And that will come back for icing.
We were talking just between, like in the intermission, about just the change in weather and just how that affects the ice conditions. Noticed in this, the start of the second period, it's not sticky out there at all. It's perfect weather, especially by Australian standards. Yesterday it was so hot. The ice was a little bit softer, a little bit wet, but now it's the puck's doing what you expect it to do.
Webb clears it out via the right-hand side. Back now for Charlotte Rowe. Has got Mayer for company. Rowe says, go to your left, go to your left. Goes towards the right, finds Newmark. Newmark guarded there by Noddle. It'll come back now for Mayer. Mayer crosses all the lines. Next obstacle is Georgia McClellan. Centering pass. McClellan was in the way. Back now for Mayer. McConey in front. Caruso. Good couple of shots there. Firing Newmark. Lots of traffic in front of King, but the Inferno cleared out via Bailey. Now for Malcolm. Salmon's back onto the ice after the altercation at the end of the first period. Thompson there up against Noddle, getting the better of that one. Cooper and McConey are tangled up, and puck goes out of play.
But they're having a little smile about it. It's great to see. Claire Mayer did try to get that puck across, make that pass for a shot on net. Couldn't quite get there. There were a few opportunities. Then the puck comes to Newmark. She fires. It doesn't hit the net. It actually hits players instead. Sirens couldn't quite do what they were intending to do.
Inferno attacking his own face-off. One there by Salmons. Shot goes wide of the net. Back now for Gabby Arps. Arps has A couple of Perth players in the front windscreen. Battle up against the boards near the half wall, near the Inferno bench, trying to get out of the zone. There's a penalty coming. Penalty box door will be opening, holding the call.
Trying to just see who it is that's going to the box. I believe it's Perth Inferno, so we'll see the Sirens on their third power play for this game today. Looks like it's Isla Malcolm that's heading to the box for that holding call.
No stranger to the box.
No, in all her time, it's familiar. She's a big presence out there too. She's tall, she's strong.
Sasha King bopping away to the music in arena.
That's what she does. It's fun. Goaltending's fun. Hockey is fun. She's always in a happy place.
Back now for McConey. Kept in the zone by Newmark. Sirens on their third power play. And here's Lukoviak all alone. Lang's coming back. Lukoviak fires. The puck's free. The puck's free. Lukoviak going back for the second bite of the cherry. And that was dangerous, especially short-handed. It'll come back now for Cooper. Cooper clears it out, finds Newmark near the Sirens bench. Inferno getting out of the zone quite easily. Short-handed, Garbutt had the puck briefly. Here's Kelsey Lang. Minute 25 of the power play remaining for the Sirens. Back now from McConey. McConey drops it off for Thompson. Back now for Newmark. Newmark winds up, selects power drive, but only finds Salmons. And that one stung as well. She's in the wars, Sarah Salmons, and not happy about it.
But she can still compete, but that one...
absolutely, that stung.
A Newmark shot straight to the chest. You're coming to the bench for a breather.
And it's not an area that's necessarily well padded either.
No, and sometimes depending on where it gets you, for players, there might be a bit of a gap between the shoulder pads and the padded shorts.
Back now for Bailey in Zamboni corner. Short-handed the Inferno for the next 45 seconds. York was close. It'll come back now for McConey. Centering pass. Lang. There's another penalty coming. That will even things up. McConey will be sitting 2 minutes for tripping. That was tripping every day of the week and twice on Sundays.
She didn't mean to. A little bit of a I'm so sorry. But, yeah, see you later. So we will see 4-on-4 for 30-ish or 31 seconds. We'll see 4-on-4. Perth will come out of the box first. And we'll be on the power play. So
4-on-4 action for 31 seconds. We did have a 5-on-3 for the Sirens yesterday. We didn't really have any 4-on-4 action. Salmon's now up and about. Newmark against Salmons. Zoe Webb firing it in, deflected via the pads of Wellard. And here's Newmark. Finding Thompson. 4-on-4 for 20 seconds and then an abbreviated Perth Inferno power play. That will certainly help the Inferno as Arps comes back. Arps taking it back to her own defensive end behind the net of Wellard. Salmon's there on guard saying, which way do you want to go? They clear it out, Sirens. So Malcolm's back on the ice. Abbreviated power play for the Inferno, minute 24. Inferno trying to keep it in the zone from Garbutt. Too many on the ice. Alyssa Longmuir's favourite penalty.
It's not an ideal moment for them, especially when they just had that power play opportunity.
For
and now
10 seconds.
For 10 seconds, that's all they got. And now, I believe we'll be back to 4-on-4 for a minute 20. A little bit of back and forth while they're deciding who's going to go and sit that penalty. It'll be Harper.
So Kate Harper serving the penalty for too many players on the ice.
It was clear. You've got to make that decision then. If the puck's coming there, do you change, do you not? You do have I think it's 1.5 meters to make that change.
There's not a lot of leeway there. You don't have time to debate it either.
No, but if it hits the player that's coming on before the other player has come off, then that's how you also get a too many men call.
So 65 seconds of 4-on-4. We just finished some 4-on-4. Now we've got some more as the Inferno try and clear it out. It'll come back now for Scala. Scala just happy to control the pace at the moment. Gets around front. Next obstacle is York. Crosses the line. Next obstacle is Arps. Arps up for the challenge. Back now for Lucy York. 45 seconds of 4 on 4. It'll come back for Georgia McClellan. McClellan has some support from Aspen Cooper on the far side, eating valuable seconds. Back now for Cooper's got a lot of time and space, but Lang's back there. Cooper centering, trying to find Salmons. Wasn't that far off connecting. It'll come back now for Scala. McClellan clearing it out. 20 seconds of 4 on 4 before the Sirens get their player back, Kath McConey. Here's Lucy York now. York entering the zone, getting past the couple, couldn't get a shot on. Malcolm in great position. Salmons cleans up the crumbs. Salmons against Katormson. McConey back now. Abbreviated power play for the Sirens, 39 seconds. It will come back now for Mayer. I didn't spot communication from either goalie to say who's coming back. Back now Katormson. It'll come back for Mayer. Cafe corner has got Lang for company. Lukoviak applying some pressure. 20 seconds of the abbreviated Sirens power play remaining. Back now for McConey. McConey enters the zone, drops it off now for Winder. Winder fires, was just wide, and Shelby Katormson was waiting on the back door but just couldn't connect. Lang firing, deflected on the way through. 5-4-3-2-1. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. It will come back now in some traffic there. Bailey. Desperation for Katormson. Bailey still in possession. He's got Noddle for company, dropping it off in front. Kelsey Lang saving the day for the Sirens. 2-0 Inferno, 13 minutes remaining in the second period. Cross-eyes pass. Ended up going to nobody directly. McConey controlling the play. Trying to clear it out of the zone. Back in the neutral ice. Zoe Webb underneath the central commentary position. Back for Katormson. Katormson. She'll come off for a change. Congestion there at the Sirens bench. Back now for Salmons. Line change for the Sirens. Here's Salmons all alone. Salmons, it's like Seagull swooping over a chip. It'll come back now for Malcolm, centering for Salmons. Cooper selects power drive. Got somebody on the way through. Gabby Arps took that one and that hurt. Back now for Cooper. Cooper again fires the pucks free, cleaned out of the sight. Desperation. McClellan firing bombs from distances. We know she's got a cannon. It'll come back for Cockrell. Under some pressure in centre ice. Here's McConey now. McConey entering the zone, firing a shot, and Salmons quite wisely decides to hold and freeze the puck. Wowee, Sarah.
Wowie, indeed. There was quite a bit going on there. We had some huge shots. Wellard coming up with some big saves. Once from the point, kind of lost sight of the puck too. Her pads make massive rebounds. She didn't necessarily put that one where she wanted to. Could have been dangerous if Inferno player connected to it. And then there's this one down the other and somewhat easier save for King to make.
And how good are replays?
Replays are fantastic, especially when it's on the Jumbotron.
Back now for York. York, cross-ice pass for Katormson. Katormson enters the zone now. Katormson in traffic up against Salmons. Katormson still with the puck, fires. The 5-hole closes rather quickly for King, and it needed to. Back now for Mayer. Mayer fires King. It was fluttering. The puck's at her feet. The puck's free, but York has possession. Georgia McClellan pins it to the boards, and Sarah, you can exhale. Back now for Salmons. Up against Katormson in corporate corner. Back for York. Georgia McClellan there. He's done a mountain of work like all of the D this weekend. Scala now up against Mayer. Turnover. Brunt in some traffic. Salmons picks a pocket. Back now for Rowe. Salmons just zooms around. Salmons comes in, trying to find Scala but couldn't. Mayer was in great position for the Sirens. Sirens trying to clear it out now via Rowe. And that'll all come across the ice in the skate higher corner. Good work again by Mayer. Zoe Webb. Webb with it up against Brunt again. In front of the old central commentary position. The puck's free. It balloons on Wellard a bit. Back now for Steph Newmark. Kept in the zone well briefly by Bailey. Will come in front of both penalty boxes that are empty for the moment. Brunt happy to fire it in. Partial line change coming up for the Sirens. McConey and Caruso on. Newmark there. Rowe coming off now as well. Back into neutral ice. Inferno, right-hand side. Grace Garbutt. Sam Payne. Kath McConey. Shoved off the puck. Kelsey Lang up against Lukoviak. That's a good battle. Reinforcements arriving. The fans in Cafe Corner getting a great view there. Garbutt, Bailey, firing. Willard had the glove in the air. It'll come back now for Lang. Just under 10 minutes remaining in the second period. No change to the intermission score. 2-0 Inferno. It will come back now for Bailey. Bailey in some traffic. Caruso, Lang, the puck's free. Backdoor opportunity for Malcolm was close. Noddle firing across the face of goal. No action required there by Willard. Back for Caruso. Caruso flings the puck, trying to find Newmark. It will come back now for Cooper. Cooper, D-to-D pass with Bailey. Here's Salmons now. Salmons entering the zone. And that will come all the way back down, clearing it out and out of play at the Inferno bench.
Do you know who I've spotted in the crowd?
Who?
Melissa Rulli.
Oh, she's here.
She's here. She's sitting behind my family. Naoka Weller coming up with some big saves again and managing to get to the rebounds as well. If she could just focus on where she's putting the puck on the rebounds, it would make life a whole lot easier for her. Just something for her to be aware of.
So back now, Sirens trying to clear it out. Cooper's in good position. So Melissa Rulli, former Siren, former AWIHL League Commissioner.
Formerly North Star Sirens too, when we were here.
We'll go back that far. Malcolm kept in the zone by Poppy Noon. Inferno clear it out now. Marina Noddle entering the zone on the left-hand side. Noddle against Noon. Noddle fires. Big rebound off the pads, but it went towards Cafe Corner. Cockerell getting involved there. Back now for McClellan. That absolutely whacked off the pads. McClellan again. And well saved there by Willard.
Just a mountain of saves, and you can hear it. The shots are being fired, so they're hard shots, selecting power drive, as you like to call it. But she's just putting up her wall. Big pad saves, big chest saves, big glove saves, not able to just absorb it, but just coming up with the goods. Keep it going.
Grace Garbutt against Ebony Brunt. And that will come back now for Rowe. Rowe behind her own net. First obstacle, Scala. Clears it out left-hand side. Finds Katormson now. Katormson now. Trying to enter the zone. Does enter the zone, but she was offside.
And we do have 20 shots apiece. So both Inferno and Sirens have managed to put 20 shots on net. Still 2-0 in favour of the Inferno, but both goaltenders doing amazing out there, especially in this period.
Neutral zone face-off. Brunt, York, Brunt again. Zoe Webb picked up her first assist of the season a little bit earlier on. Garbutt with a good shot. Garbutt was very happy with her goal, by the way. Briefly saw her in the intermission. Clearing it out, Sirens. Kept in the zone there by Bailey. Katormson. Katormson with it now. Katormson tries to clear it out and does. Finds York. York on the top line this weekend for the Sirens, but well kept out by Zoe Webb. Zamboni corner, 7.5 minutes away. Cross ice pass. And here's Harper now with a bit of time and space. Just happy to dump it in. And cleared away there by Willard. Back now as all the boats come in and depart the pier. Salmons. Back now for Kelsey Lang. Good morning to everybody in Perth, and good morning to anybody watching from Poland, where the Australian under-18s are currently in action. Great Britain and Texas as well. York, Katormson. Katormson with it now. Cross ice pass for Kelsey Lang. Lang fires from distance, and Sasha King with a flash of the glove, a bit of afterwards. But what a shot and what a save.
What a shot and what a save indeed. And how fantastic that we can broadcast to so many places around the world. Thank you from wherever you are for tuning in. We're hoping you're enjoying this action as much as we are calling it.
It's probably a great time in Texas at the moment, zone-wise.
I'm sure it is.
Or is it?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
I know it's rather late in Poland. I was looking up the time difference a bit earlier. Back now for Cooper in Zamboni corner. Looking to clear it out. Georgia McClellan. It's 4 o'clock, just after 4 o'clock in the afternoon in Texas. So a great time for hockey for them. Back now for Salmons.
On a Saturday too.
On a Saturday, yeah, too. Salmons up against Noon. Noddle centering, couldn't quite connect with Malcolm, but she was there, and Cooper was there for the secondary. Up against the boards, looking to clear it out. Here's Gabby Arps with a bit of time and space, but couldn't get it past McClellan. Back now for Arps. Arps was a bit wide. I think she was just happy to get a shot in the general direction of goal, as she'll come off for a change. Poppy Moon. Rowe. Here's Garbutt, but they've gone offside.
We're talking about Grace Garbutt before and how excited she was with her goal. I'm having little chats with her. Do you think she's going to be one of the imports, many of imports before her, and she might end up staying?
That's quite possible. We've seen so many imports stay and contribute a lot to the local community. And sometimes you remember them well after they've gone, if they have gone. In the slot, Malcolm follow up. The puck's free. The puck was still free. Referee loses sight. There's a big union meeting from both unions in front of the net. That one was close.
There were a couple of big saves from Nyoka Wellard there. Just nobody on Malcolm in front of the net. Takes a shot, save, rebound, takes another shot, save, rebound, lose puck. Everyone's trying to just jump onto it. Amazing saves from Wellard.
Tucking his own face-off coming up for the Inferno. Salmons again. Scala in traffic. It'll come back now. Sirens clear it out via York now. York up against Webb. It'll come back now for Bailey. Bailey against Katormson. Corporate corner. Reinforcements arrive. Puck continues to move. Katormson gets it better of that one. Cross ice pass. Here's Mayer. Mayer fires, and King will gobble those up all afternoon. Bit of pushy shovey with Bailey and Katormson. That's been a battle that's been going on all weekend.
We've been waiting for that one to escalate a little bit. Katormson is a quality player. She's getting there. She's desperate for a goal. The Sirens are desperate for a goal. Katormson, they're right in front trying to get to a rebound, and Bailey saying, no, get out of here. Do not touch my goalie. You're not welcome here. Just a little bit of pushy shovey. Let's see how that one unfolds later towards the end of the game.
Brunt versus Scala now. Salmons. Good opportunity for the Sirens. Inferno clear it out. And that will come back. No, it won't come back for icing. So Inferno doing great to wash that one out. Brunt up against the boards, right near the Inferno bench. And it will come back now. York and Salmons battling. Katormson and Salmons battling. Big difference in height. And that will come back now for Brunt. Entering the zone, Katormson. Katormson now. Oh, in front. It was a great opportunity for York. So close. Sarah's hands went to her head. Battle again between Bailey and Katormson. And they look to clear it out only as far as laying in centre ice. And it will come back now for Charlotte
Rowe.
Charlotte Rowe, that's right. So many different names.
That's all right, I got you.
And thank you, Sarah. and the names in hockey are just changing so much as the people get older.
Generations are changing.
Absolutely. Good opportunity in front from Newmark to redirect that one. King up for it.
I think these are the ones that they're looking for from Sirens. Now that they're figuring out, they're taking those big shots on. And the rebounds are just popping right in front. They're just trying to get players. So we see on this one as well, the shot goes towards King. The rebound's right there with Newmark right in front, just trying to get those quick rebound shots against her because she's not popping them out as much as Likari did yesterday, as much as Wellard did today. So you need to be in tight and have very, very quick hand-eye coordination reaction time to be able to do something with it fast.
So battle in the corner, Lukoviak against Caruso. Extras arrive, kept in the zone. Lang firing from distance, and that stung McClellan. Oh, the inside of the leg, that area is not necessarily as padded as much as if it's the front. Sirens looking to clear it out, give themselves an opportunity. Inferno trying to clear it out to give themselves some space. Caruso trying to find Newmark or McConey in the slot. Back now for Payne under some pressure. McConey battling up against the boards against McClellan. They come together, the arms stay down. Payne, and that'll come all the way back down. Lang has to turn on the afterburners against Lukoviak. 3 minutes remaining in the period, and the net's at about 45 degrees at the moment.
Just a little bit off there, because trying to straighten it up. There you go. Jemison Harris Leisman's going to fix that one up. There was just on a little bit of the back play, and the line. There we go. They're just going to have a little bit of chat, make sure things are back to normal. But on the back play, McClellan and McConey just had a little bit of a scuffle. McConey unintentionally tripping McClellan, but no call on that. As they're both getting up, McClellan just puts her stick in the back of McConey, which is never a nice thing to do. No calls on either. They're just having a little discussion about it, sorting things out. Who's doing what? Are we friends? Maybe at the end of the game. Maybe not right now.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the Inferno. They elect to go to the right-hand side from their point of view. Salmon's now the attacking zone face-off. That'll come back for Bailey. In front. Salmon's busy as always. Back now for Bailey. Webb at the top of the umbrella. Cross-ice pass. Finds Malcolm. Shot was wide. Possibly looking for Marina Noddle, who was loitering with intent from in front. It was good work from the Sirens to try and clear it out. Gabby Arps. Steph Newmark now goes the error route. The puck balloons in the air, and it'll come all the way back down for Zoe Webb. Zoe Webb been impressive this weekend as a younger defender. Still her fourth season in the A-Dub. Still continuing to learn, and that you learn in all these situations. Sarah Salmons now. Time and space. Salmons right hand side. Fire, scores! Sarah Salmons. 200 feet of ice. You have to watch it every foot. Left unattended. Goes high. 3-0 Inferno.
That does take her to her 26th point of the season. She is the leading point scorer in the AWIHL right now. She's happy with that. She's been a little bit battered and bruised this weekend. Had a couple of falls and stumbles, but she takes that shot. Somehow finds the back of the net. It is a 3-0 to the Inferno right now.
How much of that did Wellard see, or more to the point, didn't see?
Well, I mean, essentially it's a clear-sighted shot. Wellard would have been able to see that she wasn't being screened. There was a defense on Salmons, but still managed to get the shot off.
So the mountain just got that little bit taller for the Sirens, but no panic stations just yet. Oh, big don't argue from Aspen Cooper there against York. Katumson. That'll come back. Here's Garbutt. Garbutt walks in. Garbutt with her second goal of the day. And isn't she excited as they gather in Cafe Corner. Grace Garbutt, 2 goals today. She's having a whale of a weekend here in Newcastle.
She is indeed. It just extends the lead to 4-0. Now would be a great time to call a little bit of a timeout to settle things down. There was a little pushy, shovey, no calls on anything, a little bit of trips, pushes in the back. Catherine McConey would be trying to argue that right now. She's in center ice near the referees trying to well, why weren't these called? There's not going to be a change on any of that. The goal will stand. Naoka Weller was coming out of net, possibly looking to, can you please switch me up, get me to the bench. Ella Lakari is not getting dressed. She's just sitting there very calmly. But just take a little bit of a breather. You at this point, you want to kill the momentum. 2 very quick goals in just the space of minutes is not working.
Apart from anything else, what this does, there's been 2 bang-bang goals to the Inferno. So even if nothing results as a result of this chat between McConey and our official, Sarah Kinnaman, it eats valuable seconds and breaks some of the momentum.
Exactly, and then you're not really wasting that time out because you only do get 1.
And you've got 90 seconds to the intermission. It'll come back now for Cooper. Some of this action reminds me more of what's happening in the P-Dub. Here's Salmons again, off to the races. Nobody in front for the moment. Salmon stops, props, looks for some support. McConey comes there. Novasis behind the net. Mayer's got her held there, pinned up against the boards. Salmons now up against the boards. 66 seconds remaining in the period. Lukoviak under some pressure, looking to clear it out. Other Sirens. Salmons there. Salmons driving the nets, trying to go firefowl, and does exactly that. The Inferno have just gone bang, bang, bang. Salmons, Garbutt, Salmons, 4-0.
5-0.
5 now.
We're up to 5 with 52 seconds left in this period. The Perth Inferno, we said they were going to be hungry. They do want to stay on top of the ladder. They just keep battling. They are up to, it should actually be 27 shots on it. It was 27 before that last goal. 5-0. Nauka, settle down, take a breather. The Sirens just need to have a little bit of a reset, but they will do that in 48 seconds when they head into the change rooms. Inferno
now through Garbutt. Garbutt firing. There was nobody there. Guttormson will put the team on her back. Guttormson crosses all the lines, tries to fire, getting around Webb now. Guttormson there. York in front, and the pass just goes wide. Well kept in the zone by Lang. Lang fires, and a good save there by King. 23 seconds remaining in the period. The Sirens have an attacking zone face-off. 3 bang, bang, bang goals have really changed the complexion of this game, and the mountain is extremely tall now.
It is, but I mean, there's only seconds away from them being into the change room to have a little reset for both teams. Inferno, they can't. Oh, almost a goal. I'll let you take over.
Inferno won't want this period to end. Guttormson now with us. Got Payne on the blue line. Centering pass. Brunt fires. King there. In front. The Sirens are on the way back, and it's Steph Newmark.
Which is what I was about to say, that Inferno can't afford to take their foot off the accelerator because the Sirens can turn things around.
Sorry, it's Kelsey Lang.
So it does creep up a little bit. There's still 20 minutes of action for the Sirens to try and catch up, but that's all they needed. They broke the wall of Sasha King again after 25 shots on net. There is a little bit of a discussion going on. From where we are, it looks like a clean goal, but there's going to be a little bit of discussion about that with 10 seconds remaining in this period.
10.1 seconds remaining. Kelsey Lang has broken the wall. Goal is confirmed.
There we go. We were talking about, if you call a timeout or not. It is stop time game. If it was a running clock game, it would be different circumstances. How you eat away valuable seconds, killing the play, absorbing the puck, do whatever you can. Perth need to do their maths. 6 on the ice. Captain Bailey is heading to the bench.
And what this has done, the Sirens have started to climb the mountain.
They were getting there. There's still a mountain of work to do, but at least they managed to find the back of the net.
Back now, Cooper. 5 seconds remaining in the period. It'll come back for Harper. And that will be all she wrote for the second period. Lots of action in that period, ending up 5-1 in the favour of the Inferno. 3 bang, bang, bang goals, and you'll tell us the times of those goals in a second, Sarah, just to illustrate how close they were together. Salmons, Garbutt, and Salmons again. Shots on favouring the Inferno, 27-25, but a 4-goal gap. Kelsey Lang coming back in the last seconds to change the score a little bit. Sarah, what can you tell us?
So how quickly, they were doing fantastic. Both teams were doing great in that period. Both King and Well are coming up with some massive saves. But with 2 minutes and 1 second to go in that period, Salmon scores her 12th for the season unassisted. 1 minute 32 to go. So just 30-ish seconds later, Garbutt gets her second for the game, 5th of the season, also unassisted. And then 51 seconds to go. Salmon scores her another goal for the game, also unassisted. So 3 unassisted goals within the space of essentially, can I do my maths, 90 seconds-ish? But then Sirens managed to respond with 10 seconds to go in that period. Kelsey Lang getting one. Both teams heading to the change room to have a little think about how the next 20 minutes of this game will play out.
So strap yourselves in, folks. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the resumption of play. All the goals in 50 seconds, including the one by Lang in the end. 5-1 Inferno. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the resumption of play. See you then. Welcome back to Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. The Perth Inferno went bang, bang, bang towards the end of that second period with a 5-1 lead. The Sirens did have a bang of their own. Sarah, let's have a look at the head-to-head stats at the end of 2 periods.
Indeed. So Sirens did get, it's the Sirens Inferno. They got 3 quick goals, extending their lead. Then Sirens were able to respond. So we do, after the second period, see it at 5-1. Shots are favoring Inferno. They managed to put a few more away. 28 shots on Wellard compared to the Sirens 25 on King. Both goalies doing a fantastic job. A few more penalties in that period, including a too many men one. Nobody able to convert on their power play so far.
So let's have a look at the road ahead for both teams, and we've got a lot of hockey in front of us coming up. This is the road ahead for the Sirens. They go to Brisbane next weekend against the Lightning, which will be great to see. And then after that, they are against the Melbourne Ducks in Erina for a series. And then after that, they have the Melbourne Ice as well. So a great road ahead for the Sirens as they move their way towards finals. So let's have a look at the Lightning. Sorry, not the Lightning, the Inferno. There's so many Brisbane Lightnings on the screen here. The Perth Inferno, they've also got a date in a couple of weeks with the Lightning, and that's at home. And then after that, they have a series in Adelaide against the Rush.
So what it means is with the Perth Inferno, with what this weekend has been with the travel times and the short turnaround between games, they get next week off to just have extended nap time.
Absolutely.
And the Sirens will be right back into the action. And
so speaking of nap time, someone who probably hasn't napped at all this week, Amy Hubble, one of our team here at Thought Fox Media Group. She's actually in Poland with the U18 team and is in the commentary box at AWIHL level. Congratulations to her.
How fantastic is that?
Fantastic. Right person, right place, right time. The team have 1 game to go against Great Britain.
They'll be fighting hard to try and do what they can. Do support those under 18 girls. Fantastic job, led by head coach Remy Harvey, who was a Siren, assisted by Pierre Martin, a former Sirens coach, and equipment manager Anna Badawi, also with the Sirens. So they are in fantastic hands. Let's go, Aussie.
And let's go Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. First game of 3 today. Bailey promoting it into the zone. Wellard back into the action. It'll be important for her to forget that last minute of the period number 2. Here's Scala now, controlling the puck. Thompson, that battle will continue. Zoe Webb finds Gabby Arps. It'll come back now for Bailey. A little bit of a helping hand from Sasha King. It'll come back now for Brunt. And that'll come all the way back down for Gabby Arps behind the Wellard net. Sirens working it out of the defensive end with all the work to do. Arps, Inferno in the box seat. Good morning to everybody in Perth. It's a more reasonable hour now for our friends in the west. 3 hours behind us. Georgia McClellan amongst others. McClellan comes back. Scott Cooper for company. McConey applying the forechecking pressure. Pass on the right-hand side was too big, too strong for Garbett. Garbett in good position against Newmark. Some soccer skills there, but the play breaks down and it comes back for Mayer for the Sirens. Got McConey on one side, Newmark on the other. Newmark got a good shot on in the end, deflected wide by King. Caruso from the left-hand side. So hat-trick watch for Garbett and also for Salmons. Back for Malcolm. Malcolm entering the zone on the left-hand side. Guarded there by Rowe. Malcolm walks in. Malcolm was slightly wide in the end. Would have wanted a better finish on that one. Back now for Mayer. Caruso clears the zone back in towards neutral ice. Finds Newmark briefly. Here's Salmons. Lukoviak entering the zone. Pocket pick there by Cockrell and one other. Come back for Sam Winder. Winder now entering the zones. Got Cockrell for company near the Inferno bench. Cockrell now entering the zone. Salmons there. And more importantly for the Inferno, King was there.
King was there indeed to make that save. Sirens trying to get onto the board as quick as they can, firing a few shots onto King. The ice conditions are doing great for the start of this period as well, especially after the ice cut.
Absolutely. Back now for Bailey. Inferno look to clear it out their right-hand side. Here's Salmons in some traffic. Sam Winder. Well done there by Zoe Webb. Cafe corner. Sirens still in possession briefly. It will come back now for Bailey, the captain of the Inferno. Gets around Lang. Bailey thinks about firing, but her hands were well and truly full. And that will come back in toward neutral ice. Inferno will regroup. Salmons will come off for a change. Lang there. Got herself the only Sirens goal. Late in that period. Battle up against the board. Centering pass. Here's Grace Garbutt now. Entering the zone. Getting around a couple. Entering the zone. Finding Harper. Harper getting a good shot on rebound opportunity. Aspen Cooper was there. Just couldn't put the nail in. Arps against Scala. 27 on 27. Corporate corner. Cleared out into neutral ice now. Here's York entering the zones. Got Thompson for company. Good work there indeed by Georgia McClellan. Has certainly earned every second of nap time on the plane on the way home this afternoon for the Inferno. Gabby Arps again, entering the zone, firing, and King will gobble those up all day, all night.
Yeah, it's they've got 16 and a half minutes left in this game, plus the 2-hour bus ride to Sydney Airport, plus the 5-hour plane trip home. They still had a big day ahead of them, but at least they know they get next week off.
Absolutely. Attacking zone face-off coming up for the Sirens. Brunt against Salmons. Battle against Gatormson and also Salmons. Bailey clears it out. Finds Salmons again. Didn't have control of the puck. Mayer was there. Entering the zone again. The Sirens briefly. Inferno clear it out. It will come back now. Salmons. Brunt now in possession. Brunt trying to squeeze for all the gap. Brunt, shot was wide in the end. Can't call that a shot. It was an attempt on the half wall. Reinforcements arrive. Malcolm there, Webb there, York there. It's like doing roll call at school. Who's here? Is anybody missing? Where's your bus buddy? Gatormson. Gatormson now entering the zone now. Gatormson fires and King saves. Clean save and a bit of friendly fire there between York and Gatormson.
Just trying to stay on their feet, but almost colliding. Nice shot from Gatormson to get it there, but like we've said, the rebounds just, well, I mean, in this case, there was no rebound, but tends to just pop out in front, but nobody there to do anything with it.
Wouldn't it be funny? You get knocked over, you look around to see who it is. Oh, it's one of mine.
Oh, what are you doing here?
Absolutely. Good save there by Kelsey Lang, and just some memories of Brian Funes and Bo Taylor colliding in warm-up for the North Stars last season.
Shrugging it off. Oh, no, I'm here doing push-ups. It's fine.
Yeah. Bo Taylor with the push-ups and Kelsey Lang there with the shot. Attacking zone face-off. Kath McConey. It's hockey all year round in Australia. It will come back. Payne trying to clear it out but can't. Here's Novasis. Trying to attack was Lukoviak. Zamboni corner up against Lang. Lang in good position, clears it out. Kept in the zone just, and then she brings it out, Cooper. So the Inferno have to retreat. And that pass was a bit wide. It will come back for Georgia McClellan. Wonder how weird it is to have sisters in the lineup and then one of your sisters isn't there.
In both cases of McClellan and Webb.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, where's Abby? Where's Lily? Oh, that's right, they're not here.
Which sister are you?
Yeah. Back now, Sirens, right-hand side. Scala taking over there. McConey trying to squeeze her way in. She manages to squeeze herself in gaps. Poppy Noon. Centering pass again for McConey. McConey, cross-ice pass. Firing, there's a rebound there, not quite close enough. Sirens to take advantage. Ava Caruso is in the general vicinity. Here's Salmons now steaming in. Salmon stops, props, looks for some support, has some support. Zoe Webb in front. Scala was there, Harper was there. But more importantly, the Sirens were there going the aerial route. Back now for Zoe Webb. And I do appreciate the A and the Z on the back of the jersey next to the surname.
It certainly does help, especially if we don't know them so well when they are the interstate players. Big pad save from Sasha King before Steph Newmark, knowing exactly what she needed to do, but Kath McConey and Ava Caruso couldn't quite connect with it for the rebound.
Sasha King quite enjoying the in-arena music, as she always does. Back now, Sirens trying to clear it out, trying to start climbing the mountain. They've got just under 14 minutes remaining. Here's Harper now. Harper for Salmon. Salmon just happy to clear it in. And we'll come back now for Sam Winder. Winder near the door of doom. Now they clear it out, the Sirens. Winder trying to find Cockerell. Georgia McClellan. And I appreciate the L and the G as well. Back now for Cleo Mayer. Back behind her own net. Noddle applying pressure on one side, Malcolm the other. That's a combination that you have to beat. Here's Noddle now. Behind the net. It's got Garbutt loitering. Sirens working it out of their defensive end now. Here's Charlotte Rose. Got Winder for company, but the Sirens are there. There's a penalty coming here in favour of the Sirens. Here's Winder. The extra attacker coming on now. Shot goes high. And the penalty will now be in for Sirens on the power play at a great time, tripping the call.
A very textbook tripping right in front of the referee. Sirens on their 4th power play of the game.
So Marina Noddle sits 2 minutes for tripping. That one should be in the video handbook for officials. Here's a captain obvious trip. This is what it looks like.
The easy ones.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. Do we get it on the replay?
Attacking
no.
zone face-off and start of the Sirens power play. Good shot there for King. King holds. 4 seconds of the Sirens power play. They really need to score, Sarah, on this power play.
They do, and they're just trying to get in front. You can see that McConey, she's wins the face-off. We try to get the puck on there. Guttormson's just heading straight to the net, pick up anything that falls from King.
Inferno do a good job of clearing it out. No icing on the penalty kill. Wellard will just settle the puck down. It's left now for Lang. Lang, first obstacle, Lukoviak. Right-hand side, finds Newmark. Cross-ice pass for Guttormson. Guttormson enters the zone now. Getting around Bailey, some physicality on the way through. And Guttormson finishing the job there on the rear boards. Kept in the zone. 90 seconds of power play time remaining. Newmark at the top of the umbrella. Right-hand side, Lang from distance. Bodies in front. McConey and Bailey there in front. McConey trying to provide... McConey's actually not a bad size screen in front of Sasha King. King, one of the shorter goalies. It will come back now. Lang firing. Guttormson was wide. 65 seconds of power play remaining. Back now for Lang. Newmark at the top of the umbrella. Was wide from Lang. Possibly trying to find Guttormson on the other side. It will come back now for Bailey. Bailey tries to clear it out. Guttormson, that battle continues. Sirens walking in. Kept in the zone well by Lang. Lang fires. The puck's free. The puck's rebound. And Newmark comes in. 40 seconds of the Sirens power play remaining. Newmark. Guttormson. Cross-ice pass for Newmark. Newmark fires, deflected. Guttormson now, 30 seconds of power play remaining. Guttormson fires from an impossible angle. And Shelby Guttormson, a power play goal for the Sirens.
And that's what they were waiting for. Just generate something. Keep hustling, grinding. Guttormson gets her first of this game. We've been waiting for it. As we watch on the replay, she goes and grabs it out of the corner and just puts it in on net. She wasn't looking for the pass, maybe trying to generate a rebound, but somehow that one sneaks through past King, who tends to be very strong on her posts. Not in this case.
So that's Guttormson's second goal for the weekend. Power play goal for the Sirens. So they've started to climb the mountain. I did say they needed to score on that power play, so that's a very good start. Cockerell up against the boards against Cooper. Lots of physicality in this one. Georgia McClellan clears it out for the Inferno. Entering the zone, trying to get around one. A big don't argue there. It was Gabby Arps. That's a good battle.
Arps is such a strong defense as well. She is still so young, but she does have a few years under her belt. But she is also a physical presence out there. So well done to her to be able to stop another shot, potentially a goal being scored on Sirens.
Attacking zone face-off, Garbutt against Brunt. Garbutt, pocket picked, trying to clear it out now, and out of play.
Just a little bit high. That one won't be called a delay of game. If you tend to do that from your own zone, that does get called. When you're in a rink like this that does have the glass and does have the netting, but this one will just be a face-off in the neutral.
Back now, one there by Garbutt. That will come back now for the Sirens via Rowe. Rowe clears it out. Brunt, Garbutt, cross-ice pass for Cooper. Thompson, back now for Cooper. That's a good battle near the Sirens bench. Cooper and Thompson. Entering the zone now, Scala. Scala in some traffic, shot there, puck's free. Nobody at the back door for the Sirens. Thompson recovers. Now they clear it out. Thompson right-hand side now has got Brunt and has got York and finds the skates of Cooper. Thompson recovering, centering pass, redirected there by Brunt. Inferno look to clear it out, 5 to Inferno, under 10 minutes remaining, and Thompson is gassed and without a stick. Back now for Malcolm. Malcolm clearing it out. That will come back now for Caruso. Caruso behind the net. Stop there by Malcolm. Malcolm falls. Noddle finds Malcolm. Back now for Webb. Webb's got Bailey for company. Gets a shot on. Deflected. Good work there by Sarah Salmons, but it doesn't seem to matter how big the shot is. That shot wasn't necessarily powerful from Zoe Webb, but you still heard the thud on the pads. You
still heard the thud, but Wellard, look at her, how far she's come out of her net. If she were deeper in the net, with the amount of white jerseys around her and where that rebound was going, any one of them could have picked it up. But Naoka Wellard, she came well out of her crease to make sure that she had maximum coverage to make that save. Puck rebounds right in front. She was able to get her glove on it straight away to kill it.
It'll come back now for Sam Payne. Newmark, Caruso. Pressured there by Salmons. Salmons against Newmark right in front of the Inferno penalty box that is empty for the moment. Zoe Webb again. Sirens on the attack. And a good save there by King. The pass was initially sent by McConey, and Newmark combining well as they always do.
And she did just try to change the direction of that. Instead of putting that shot onto Sasha King's pads, she did try to lift it, maybe try and sneak it in the elbows, but it ended up going to her chest and she was able to control that one.
Garbutt against McConey now. Cooper. Battle on the half-boards. Reinforcements arrive. Inferno there in numbers. Garbutt doesn't mind the physical stuff. And oh dear, the Sirens are back. I can feel for Sasha King. That one came out of nothing. And the Sirens again starting to climb the mountain, but she'll put it behind the King.
A great opportunity from Steph Newmark. She has such great game sense. There you go, I got there. She looks happy. She looks a little bit surprised, but she threw it on net. I think she might have been looking for the pass to the back door to Caruso. Ends up slipping in past Sasha, and as soon as Sasha realizes it's in the net, her head just went up, flicks her head back. She knows it. Now her head's down. She's just having a little bit of a think. Inferno has called a timeout just to have a little reset. It's a 2-goal difference from the 4 that was there at the start of this period.
You think back to that minute or so, that is 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
2 minutes of the last period,
at the end of the period. And so some chats going on between Sasha King and Georgia McClellan back there.
How quickly things can change. The Sirens bench is pumped. They're right near us. We can hear them, we can see them, it's lifted them, it's the momentum that they need. Inferno, we said before, they can't afford to take their foot off the accelerator because things can change so quickly. The Sirens are still hungry. There's 8 minutes, 44 seconds left in this game for them to try and tie this thing up.
Strap yourself in. Back now for Gabby Arps. It'll come back now for Cooper. You can see, and it's obvious, the Sirens are up and about. Here's Lukoviak for the Inferno. Good work there by Brunt. Lukoviak. The noise in this arena for a small crowd is fantastic. Lukoviak under some pressure. Garbett. It'll come back for Lukoviak. Firing from distance. The puck's free, the puck's free, the puck's free. The puck to the back of the net. And the Inferno, of course, something out of nothing. They've replied in the best way possible. The Wenger bus is coming.
And we did talk about this before for one of the previous plays, Hanayuka. She was well out of her net to make sure that no white jersey was going to get the rebound. But you can see all the bodies that are in front of her digging, where the Sirens should be trying to tie up sticks so that Naoki can just pounce on the puck, but couldn't quite get there in this case. And the lead has been extended back to 3-goal difference.
Okay, so the officials are conferring.
I don't think this one's going to be overturned.
And so sometimes it's so important to be in those dirty areas. She got a goal like that in Nova Scotia yesterday. She picked herself up another one. And one moment the Sirens are up and about. Now the Inferno are up and about. Salmons now against Caruso. Entering the zone, Scala. Scala now driving through traffic. Rebound. Almost had an opportunity to grab the rebound. Scala out of the zone. They'll have to turn and chase. It's been a long weekend for both teams. The Inferno especially. Back now for Scala. The Inferno running 2 lines of D. It will come back now for Rowe. Rowe just settling the puck down after receiving it from Wellard. Straight up the middle. That could have been risky but deflected. And will it make it all the way for icing? It won't be icing. Caruso there first to the puck. And deflected out of play.
The goaltending this weekend has been fantastic. Even Lakari, the game that she played yesterday, Naoki Wellard and Sasha King have actually trained together. They've been to a camp together in Canada. So they've received similar training, but just the years of experience is showing. And I think it comes down to the actual game awareness and game sense. Thompson,
if you have a look at the stats before today of both Ella Lakari and Sasha King, both of them are under 2 goals per game in goals against average. And Wellard's not that far over 2. It'll come back almost a gift there for York, who was loitering. Back now for Brunt. Cross ice pass for Lang. Lang settling the puck down. Just under 7 minutes remaining. 6-3 for the Inferno. But Sirens up and about. Brunt. Georgia McClellan chases the puck. Settles it down. Cross ice pass D to D for Cooper. Cooper clears it out. Is this going to be a delay of game or was it deflected?
Oh, I don't think this one's being called, but Nick Eyre thinks it should be.
We'll wait and see.
They're having that discussion because it was from their own zone. It should be. It is a delay of game penalty. There we have it. Sirens back on a power play.
Aspen Cooper, delay of game for 2 minutes. Inferno, short-handed. Sirens back on the power play with 6:40 remaining. 6:40 on the big clock, 2 minutes on the small clock in favour of the Sirens.
And we don't see a lot of those penalties called in our league just because of the rinks we play at. You wouldn't see this at Arena. Macquarie, you would see it now that it's been revamped. But here at Hunter Ice Skating Stadium, because we have the glass in the nets, have to be mindful of it.
High and wide. The glass is taller at Macquarie than what it is at Hunter Ice Skating Stadium, where that puck went out of play.
We haven't quite talked about the North Star Sirens year. 2 seasons that we were here. So the Sirens, none of the current players on the ice are familiar with those seasons.
Well and truly before my time. Here comes Lang. Cross ice for Brunt that was in the slot. The puck went wide. It will come back now for Thompson. Down for Lang, who's more forward at the moment. Here's Newmark, top of the umbrella. McConey got a bit of Zoe Webb on the way through. King scrambles. Bailey defends her goalie. Lukoviak coming in as well. 6:14 remaining, 6-3 Inferno. Shots equal at 36.
That's a lot of shots in this game. Sirens setting something up just to get on net, generate some rebounds, get right in King's face to try and make the most of this power play that they are on.
94 seconds of power play for the Sirens, firing from distance but going wide. Looking to keep it in the zone now is Lang. Gatormson back now for Lang. Lang had to stretch, still got a pass off to Newmark though. Lang at the top of the umbrella. Cock ready to go, fires, lots of traffic in front. Gatormson, McConey was there, Brunt was there, King was there, Lang was there. Lang clears it out, and that goes into the Inferno bench with some velocity. And she's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, from where we are, we can't see exactly where that puck went. We know the general direction. Yeah, there's a little bit of a, oh, I'm so sorry. That was not intended, but with where the benches are, that just went straight through. I'm sorry, Inferno.
I wasn't aiming at you, I promise.
No, that was not my intent at all. But we do have a face-off just outside Sirens' defensive end.
Garbutt and York, one there by Garbutt. It will come back, backhanded shovel by McClellan. Here's Garbutt now, trying to squeeze a way through. And the power play is now over. We'll have 58 seconds of 4-on-4. Grace Garbutt draws the penalty.
There he is, still debating who's going in the box. Gabby Arps, I believe, is heading to the box again.
Gabby Arps,
it's just a physical presence out there. Managed to just trip over her foot. It wasn't, I don't think it was the stick that connected. Couldn't quite tell.
58 seconds of 4-on-4. Garbutt against McConey, tucking his own face off Inferno. McClellan winds up. But there was a lot of Shelby Gatormson there in the front window. Big battle between her and Bailey now. Reinforcements arrive. There's a penalty coming as well. Holding the call. Penalty box door will be opening. But the question on everybody's lips, which penalty box door will be opening? It'll be the Sirens penalty box door opening. And importantly for the Sirens, it may be Shelby Gatormson.
I think she's just not understanding why she's the one going to the box. I mean, I had a little peek being tied up right on the
Jumbotron. The Jumbotron will show you why.
Yeah, so just oh, there we go. Just trying to hold, trying to just get a piece of it, but gets done for holding. So that's a lot of numbers on the
Sirens now have to deal with Shelby Gatormson sitting in the box. Player advantage for the Inferno. It'll come back. McClellan winds up to X-Power Drive. Got the stick of Mayer on the way through. Mayer does a good job of clearing it out. Bailey has some time and space to find Scala. Scala across from McClellan. McClellan fires a bit of iron on the way through. Up against the boards. One player will be coming back in 20 seconds. And that will come all the way back down for Bailey. Bailey now has got Scala to the left, Salmons to the right. Here's Scala now. Salmons now switches to the left. McClellan's there as well, entering the zone. McClellan. Inferno have their player back in Cooper. Firing was McClellan. So it's a 5-on-3 power play now for 53 seconds for the Inferno as they have two players, the Sirens in the box. Here's Scala now. Scala cross ice pass. Here's McClellan. Doesn't mind a shot from there. Well deflected by the pads of Wellard. Battle up against the boards. Lang has got an opposite number pinned. Reinforcements arrive, eating valuable seconds off the penalty. Sirens well and truly short-handed. And that will come back down to King, who will just settle the puck down, leaving it for McClellan. Reinforcements arrive for the Sirens line change. Newmark and Payne on. And the other one is Rowe, and that's all they have. Here's Salmons now. Salmons entering the zone. Across now for Garbutt. Garbutt for Salmons, but it was good work there by Newmark to clear it out. No icing on the penalty kill. Sasha King. 10 seconds of power play remaining. They have a player back in Arps now, the Sirens. Pass was too hot for Garbutt. Will come back for Newmark. Power play over. Well killed, Sarah, by the Sirens. but they could be about to be short-handed again. Tripping the name of the game, as Steph Newmark will head to the box. Inferno back on the power play with 3:20 remaining.
How much more special team action do we need as soon as they're back to full strength? Steph Newmark near center ice manages to trip a player, and with Sirens are back onto the penalty kill just when they worked so hard for over 2 minutes or so. Now they got to do it again. At least it's 4 on the ice, not 3.
3:20 on the big clock, 2 minutes on the small clock for the Inferno power play to start. The Sirens just working out who they want on the ice. They get last change. Noddle against Katormson. Noddle. Zoe Webb in the thick of things there. Cleo Mayer clears it up. Lukoviak tries to extend the glove to glove that one down. It'll be Lukoviak and Cooper at the back end. The Inferno up by 3 goals. The Sirens need 3 goals in 3 minutes. Katormson, that's a good start. But it's back now for Cooper. Inferno in the box seat, but never say never in this league. It'll come back for Lukoviak. Lukoviak enters the zone, fires, but was wide. She had a pressure there. Kelsey Lang, the puck balloons deflected out of play. Lucky there wasn't a broken stick after that one.
I was just trying to look for that. It sounded like it was a stick banging hard against the glass. Still looks to be intact.
I've seen sticks break for less.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, in the last few minutes of play, it's not been the ideal players that you want to see in the Sirens box. They're having to work extra hard this game.
Gabby Arps now trying to clear it out. 2-on-1. McKinney coming over to lend a hand as well. Eating valuable seconds off the Sirens being short-handed. That will come back. Newmark still sitting for the next 66 seconds. Funky bounce off the door of doom. Bailey working down low is Salmons. The puck goes across the face of goal. Georgia McClellan has it near the Sirens bench. Finds Salmons. Cross ice pass for Bailey. Bailey fires. Lots of traffic in front. The puck's free. The puck's free. And now it is back for Georgia McClellan. 40 seconds of the power play remaining. McClellan fires and Wellard saves. Sarah was happy with that one. Wellard was happy with that one. The Sirens were happy with that one.
Important save for her too. She's had good eyes on the puck, Wellard. Just looking where the rebounds are going, how the puck's moving up high. Just some small shuffles to make sure that she's staying square to it, but just shutting down anything in the bottom half.
Grace Garbutt, Georgia McClellan, Catherine Bailey. Bailey fires, deflected on the way through. Garbutt on the back door. Bailey fires, but off the shins of McConey. Firing and good pressure there, but a good save by Wellard. And after how she was looking in that second intermission, she'd be feeling a lot better about things now.
Yeah, and it's just being able to reset. I mean, there's still a minute 44 left, 24 on the small clock with the penalty kill, and she just has to, with all that traffic in front of her, just be able to find where that puck is when it's being released and just make the good decision to just hold on to it.
Back now, Sirens need to clear it out via Payne, and they do. Kept in the zone, though, by Cooper. Deflected in front. Scala there. Sirens need to go. They need to go now. It's back for York. Katormson. Pocket pick there by Salmons. Minute 24 remaining. Penalty over. Salmons entering the zone, dumping it in. Coming off for probably her penultimate shift of the game. Sirens now on the attack. It'll come back now. Newmark freshly out of the box. Can't get a shot on. There is a delayed penalty. Inferno will touch up, and Sirens with 65 seconds remaining, down by 3 goals, go on the vitally important power play.
And somehow Sasha King and all that managed to lose not just her blocker, but also her stick as well. So there was a few seconds of that play where she had a bare right hand. The Sirens just, with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go, being on the power play, have made a crucial decision where Wellard is now on the bench. So they are trying to go for a 6-on-4, make something happen in this last minute and 5 seconds of this game.
Start of the Sirens power play, empty net Sirens. York coming on to make the extra attacker. Face-off win, vital, and done by McConey. Here's Arps. It will come back for York. York fires. King saves. Thompson was there, McConey was there, but King was there. 57 seconds remaining. Effectively a 6-on-4.
You were talking before about with some of these with the goalie on the bench, how much is a goalie decision, how much is a coach decision. How much of this do you actually practice at training? How often do you actually practice a 6-on-4 to know who's doing what role?
McConey will take the face off. It eventually comes out of the face-off circle, kept in the zone by Arps. Arps doesn't have much time to think about it. It's left for Newmark. Back for Arps. Arps fires. The puck's free. McConey was there. Noddle will clear it out with a backhanded shovel. Arps gloves it down to herself. 42 seconds remaining. Empty net Sirens. Newmark. It'll come back to Thompson. Back now for McClellan with the backhanded shovel wide of the empty net. 29 seconds remaining. Sirens need to go hard, and the puck goes out of play, deflected at the penalty box. Kath McConey and Catherine Bailey there.
Kath and Kath?
Yeah.
The puck possession is crucial right now for the Sirens. So not just looking to get rid of the puck, but have your clean tape-to-tape passes going on. Make sure it gets to where you need to, because as soon as the Perth Inferno have the puck, they're looking to put it on that empty net.
You can't replicate this at training. Back now for York. York enters the zone for the Sirens. 18 seconds remaining. It will come back now for Thompson. Thompson with the back-handed shovel. McConey was in the slot and Brunt. Newmark was wide. Thompson behind the net. Inferno just need to clear it out of the zone. McClellan just needs to hold the puck, and she will. McClellan clears it out. And we're as far as Arps. 2 seconds, 1 second, 0 seconds. And the Inferno, they've had a long weekend, but they've had a 6-point weekend to take the win 6-3.
Which means for the head-to-head, that's a 4 out of 4 regulation win, I believe, for Perth Inferno for
Correct.
this season. They will not be playing against each other for the remainder of the season. Perhaps we might see them at finals.
But what an effort both ends of the ice. Sirens were there fighting. They knew that they were too far back, but it was a good learning experience for them in that situation that you can't necessarily replicate. Perth Inferno, they've been dead set solid all weekend, and we know why they're in position 1 at the moment.
100%. They're such a highly skilled team, and it's just making the team work. But when you've got quality players on that team, they know what to do. Sirens a little bit depleted this weekend. It gave an opportunity for the reserves and some of the young ones to step up and try and showcase what they can do, but it's also highlighted some of the deficiencies in the team, things to work on before they have their next round of games.
So they go up and play the Lightning in Brisbane next weekend. Then they have a weekend off, and then they play the Ducks at Erina.
Whereas with Perth, they get the week off, and then they play against Brisbane the following weekend.
This was semi-final worthy. The Sirens, their first goal for the season, no doubt, would be to make finals after missing a couple of years in a row. The Inferno, they want to hold the cup at the end of the season. Yeah. They haven't done it yet.
They haven't done it yet. This could be their year. They've shown lots of strength. They've been minor premiers before, so they could very well do that again this year, but actually take it all the way, which they haven't done. This could have very well been what we expect to see in semifinals if you have your full roster out there. It could be very different. It could be similar, but both teams just some really good work out there this weekend, battling with what they had.
So stick taps all round for both teams. The Inferno will start their journey home now, and it's always sweeter, Sarah. You've done this. You get a 6-point weekend. How good is that flight on the way home when you got 6 points in the bank?
It's great. It's great for the confidence, morale of the team as well. And you look at, okay, well, what worked? Let's stick with it that way. Whether it's the line matchups that you've got, the goaltending rotations, what do you do in different situations, all those sorts of things. But it also gives a little bit of time for reflection and to think, okay, well, what are the things that didn't work well? I mean, that's 4 goals against Sasha King this weekend. So for Perth Inferno, they would still be looking at, okay, what do we need to do in our defensive lineup? We know that they've had a little bit of coach changes coming into this round this weekend. We do expect an announcement from the team. They just wanted to get through this weekend. So keep an eye out on the socials for that.
So let's go right here from this game here, Sirens and Inferno, coming up very, very shortly on AWIHL.tv. You'll be able to see the Adelaide Rush against the Melbourne Ducks, and then later on this afternoon, the Brisbane Lightning and the Melbourne Ice. Sarah, enjoy your company and insights as always.
Likewise. Thank you very much for having me.
And thank you to our hard-working Thought Fox Media crew. Don't forget, check out all the action coming up very shortly. Rush and Ducks from Adelaide. Thanks for watching. Hunter Ice Skating Stadium, the Perth Inferno 6 have defeated the Sydney Sirens 3. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.